Hello, listeners. Welcome to the Dream Stream, and we are your two neighborhood dream workers at the ready to look at our New Year's Eve dreams and where we think this may lead us in the coming year. So much hope in 2021. So welcome. I am Yiskah Koock. Welcome, Ellen Ronis. Great to see you.
Always great to see you too, Yiskah. Always have fun on these podcasts.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and to
Thank
everybody.
you.
Goodness.
So it's
Please,
just, yeah,
I was just going
sorry.
to say, please God, let there be something different and better coming up
Amen.
from all of us, coming up from within from all of us and out into
Yes,
the world, creating something new.
amen.
Mhm.
So I was just telling, we were talking about our New Year's Eves. So I was just telling Ellen, so my older son took my little son, my younger son, to his place overnight. So, but he said, and my sister had given me a bottle of champagne, and I was looking forward to it for tonight, for last night. And my son said, yeah, I wanted him to take my little guy because he didn't have anything else to do. So he said, okay, I'll take him. I'm also taking the champagne. So I was like, oh, really? Because he was saying if I open it now, it won't be bubbly. So I just made a couple of drinks with tequila. I'm like very much into my white tequila right now. So, and I smoked a little herb and I had and I so I was watching, was it might have been YouTube. No, it might have been Amazon Prime. I think it was Amazon Prime. And it was talking about, it was called The Phenomenon. And it was talking all about all the UFO sightings and more than just the ship, but people and these kids describing these space people and how like, every country on the globe has had something like this, and that a couple of times the UFOs went right to nuclear weapons sites and disabled them. And so, of course, that's making me think, well, they're too smart to be as foolish as humans. We're so primitive.
Hmm.
Humans are very primitive.
Hmm.
So I was thinking they're just showing us, don't destroy yourselves. But then, or, or you can be, a general in the U.S. Armed Forces and be frightened by this. This maybe they're trying to disable. Well, anyway, so I started texting about that last night. And so what started this whole conversation was never drink and text. No, not text, Facebook. Facebook.
Or text for that matter, depends on who you're texting, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So what
Yeah.
did you do last night to ring in
Oh,
the new year?
nothing. I mean, oh, I shouldn't say nothing.
Okay,
So my usual thing, in the evenings, especially now that it gets dark so quick, is like it's 5:15. It's dark. I'm in my pajamas.
yeah.
It's just like that. There's what am I
Yeah,
supposed to do? Like, where am I going? Right.
yes,
So, I make a dinner and then I get in my PJs and get it,
yeah,
climb into bed and get on the computer, whatever, do,
sure.
Netflix or
Sounds very cozy.
yeah, and I kind of rather enjoying it. But last night I was like, no Netflix, no TV, no, just
Fuck
action.
yeah,
I really
fuck
want to
yeah.
stay with my
I
son.
haven't lived with the TV since I was, 18
Yeah,
years old in
yeah,
college.
yeah. No, I
You
don't have a
know,
TV. I just have my computer. But
exactly what I learned that I don't need a TV to live my life. In
mhm,
fact, I have a happier life without TV. And then
yeah,
actually, I dreamed that I was living in a place and I had a big screen TV. And I was like, I felt weird in the dream. And it's always been part of me to not watch. I mean, not as a judgment for people who do, but I have an addictive personality, I think. And
and I think a lot of us do in
yeah,
TV. And
and
I
now this past year, it's all about Netflix, Zoom, you know,
yeah, all the
YouTube.
various, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I've even yeah, anyway. Yes, so you're right. I don't have TV, but I certainly have my computer and
So you were wanting not to
I use
watch
it
it.
and I abuse it, the way many of us do. I get a little bit like addictive.
I as
Like
well.
I'll watch like 4 episodes of something with midnight or 1 o'clock.
Only
Like,
four? I can
oh,
stream the whole
sometimes, yeah.
series.
Yeah, I often do like series in like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, you know what I saw yesterday? Well, I keep cutting you off, but just to
Yes, you
say, and then
do.
we can go back to this. I saw Enola Holmes.
Oh, yes, that was what's it, the sister of,
Yeah, Sherlock.
oh, it was, I liked it.
I saw it every episode yesterday.
Yeah, there's probably nothing I haven't seen. Like, people always think they're telling me, so, oh, there's this new series. I'm like, oh, done it. You know, I watch it the second it comes out because anyway.
Totally, totally.
I have
So
watched some really wonderful things and some really silly things, but in any
we'll
case,
talk about this after. But so
yeah.
you didn't watch
No, I
anything.
didn't, but I did. I climbed into bed. I had a cup of tea and I just like sat with my journal and I did something that was suggested to me that I've heard before and I have done before, but I hadn't remembered, is to, I've been struggling with certain things, like trying to find my next beat, my next steps in life
Yes,
and my
yes.
work life, as you know, as I've mentioned many times. But so I asked myself some questions in my journal, wrote down the
Oh
questions,
my gosh,
how do I
it's
want my life to
amazing.
feel? Who do I want to serve, that sort of thing. And I answered with my left hand, my non-dominant hand.
Love it.
And oh my gosh, it's amazing what comes through. It's just
Yes,
amazing, and you can trust it. I felt like I can
yes.
trust that because it
It's
is
your
something.
own wisdom. It's similar why I trust our
Oh,
dream work.
yeah,
It's
it reminded
one's
me of that.
own wisdom.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
teaching yourself.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, paying
wow.
attention to something. It's like the unconscious part that
Yes,
knows the answer, that knows what's true, rather than,
exactly.
well, there's
Your
so many ways.
higher self,
Yeah.
capital
Yeah.
S.
Hmm. So that's
So,
what I did last night, and I was,
yes,
asleep by 11 o'clock or 10:30 or 11 or something, and woke
yes.
up in New Year's.
I didn't get to kiss anybody either.
No kissing, no hugging, no
No
party.
dressing up.
No, I didn't even have, I don't really drink much.
I wore
So
my
that,
pajamas. I felt very dressed up.
yeah, I was dressed up in my pajamas. I was actually thinking I could use a new pair of pajamas.
I don't know if you know the story, The Ball of the Flowers.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's a very sweet story about a little girl who cuts all these bulbs that I think there's a gardener, the gardener had planted, and she puts them in water, but in the morning they're so limp. And so her mother weaves a yarn about the ball of the flowers and how they all went out last night dressed in their finery and
Oh,
danced, and that's why
that's so
it's
sweet.
so
I love
sweet.
that. Very
Yes.
sweet. Very sweet. Yeah. I
So
didn't have any dreams. That was going to be the
okay.
next question, right?
So Robert Moss, our dream teacher, one of our dream teachers, says up until like January 6th, I think that's the Epiphany, right? Is that when they see
Mm,
the
yeah.
star and the
I
shepherds,
think so.
the wise men? I
Yeah.
know, I love when two Jewish girls are trying to like
Yeah.
grok the Christian story.
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up with it, but well, not with this so
Something
much.
like that.
This was more European, right? Like, I mean, Christmas we grew up with,
Mm-hmm.
and Advent, I think. But then what comes after Christmas is not so known in America. I think it's the Epiphany. And so Robert Moss suggests we pay
Mm.
attention to our dreams from, last night through the Epiphany. And I'm thinking, he didn't say it this way, but I'm thinking a collage of maybe that's what I want to do.
Ooh,
After the 6th, I'll make a collage from all these dreams and
yeah. Like maybe
try to
get images for the
try to
dream.
piece together a story. I'll make a story
Oh, like for your year's dreams or just the dreams that you're having
from
now?
now till the 6th, and just
Uh-huh.
to see, what will be prophetic, which, often things are, and what will be warnings or what will be, I don't know. I mean, dreams offer us so much.
Just telling it like it is. That's what I feel like often the dream is like, what's really, it's again, it's like writing with your non-dominant hand, like you just said.
Exactly. Well, I
It's like,
wonder
oh,
what would I
getting right
do.
up unconscious. I mean,
My do- my dominant hand is compromised because of the MS, so I
oh,
do write with my non-dominant hand. So then if I were to ask myself these questions, would I again write with my dominant hand? Because it'll
Mm.
be harder, and then I'll just see what comes. Is it more about the difficulty of the task, and that's why your subconscious mind gives you the answers?
Um, I'm thinking, hang on.
Or is it like a left brain?
I think it's more, yeah, it's more like when you're writing with your dominant hand, if it works well,
Yes,
it's
yes.
easier for you to be in your thoughts, the thinking of what you're writing. What am I
Hmm.
writing? What am I saying? What do I want to say? Whereas when you're writing with your non-dominant,
Unless you're drunk.
it just comes through. It just
Yes,
comes, something just comes through. It I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if
yes,
it's just that you're not, you don't have the opportunity to get too caught up in your thoughts because
yes.
I think because it is challenging. I think that's to answer your question. I think that's
Okay, yeah,
I
okay. So then it would be writing with my right hand.
whichever hand feels like, yeah,
More
like it doesn't
like,
work as well, or that you
yes,
think more about the actual writing, the physical
yes,
aspect of writing, not so much the things that you're writing. I think
yes.
so. Yeah, try it and see what happens,
I shall,
Yeah.
I shall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about a dream of mine, and I'll tell why, but I also wanted to share this snippet that I had from last night. I'm just gonna light some white sage.
Okay.
Smells so good.
Okay. I'll light something too.
Kind of get in the zone.
I'll white some sage. Light some sage. Oh,
Be very quiet.
wowie
I'm
wowie.
hunting rabbits.
Well, I just got a little piece here.
I love how it looks. Look at my picture on the Zoom with the smoke coming
And
up.
with you look like you're a Rastafarian with your
Oh, right, because of my hat.
and your
Really, I'm just a girl who lives in the Northeast. It's
yeah,
cold.
and it's cold. Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay,
All right.
so I had two different periods of waking up, and I feel like the dream was still going. I think I had to go to the bathroom. I got up, I came back in the bed, and I felt like the dream was still going, but it was similarly as not memorable to me. But that also could have to do with my ways last night to bring in the new year. But in both dreams, or in the dream, I was strong and I was in control. I wasn't in control of anybody. I was in control of myself, and I was talking with another woman, but I kind of think that was also me, right?
Mm,
I've had dreams like that before where there were two me's, and this is maybe the second time then. I think I'm talking to myself, and neither woman has a walking aid, not a cane, not a rollator. So that was what I came up with. But
mm.
yeah, if you can
How
expound on it.
I can imagine how that felt.
Yes,
How did it feel to you?
it felt good. I felt calm. I felt like when there's an important dream, sometimes there's like a frenetic for myself. Oh my God, I have to get this down on paper or, on my phone. It didn't feel like that. It just felt calm. I felt totally in control
Hmm.
of the
Hmm.
situation. And I was talking to myself, telling her, so maybe this is making me think of like the higher self, talking to the self,
Hmm.
because there's wisdom, as we keep noticing, in our words and in our, yeah, our
Part of us that knows,
energy,
right? The part of us that knows.
the part of us that knows
So I just
exactly.
want to show you the card that I just wrote and put up here because somebody mentioned it in another Zoom thing that I was doing,
Wonderful.
a visioning thing. I don't know. Is it backwards
Nope.
or okay? It's
Affirming what I know. It's not backwards for me. I don't know what the
cool.
final.
For me, it is, but that's I'm
Affirming
glad.
what I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, sometimes, right. I almost, right. Just like what we already know,
Mm.
writing with non-dominant hand, that dream, like, I don't know. I'm not sure what, yeah, just the wisdom of some part of yourself. Like,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
maybe, like a hit could, that I'm having is maybe it's just about just allowing yourself to be calm, like whatever it is, what it
Yes,
is,
it is what it is.
and to just be
Wiser words were never said. I mean, I say
right.
that
I
in
know.
jest because it was my aunt who had said that to me at the time. I was like, eye roll, but I've heard that my whole life.
I totally well, and it is obnoxious to hear that when you're like
It's like,
some emotional
yeah,
thing, and people are like,
and
oh, it is what it is. You're like,
and you're so wise.
yeah, right.
I
But
just want to believe in prayer. I believe in prayer. I want to believe in prayer. My two things, my New Year's resolutions, a recommitment to my physical therapy exercises. I
mhm.
always do the squats, but that's with alternative. I want to have a nice ass, that's with alternative motives, you know. I have to do all of it. Yeah, exactly. So, and then to stay away from sugar, I just bought a bag of beet sugar off Amazon. It's like $10. And I'm giving it to a friend for the holiday gift. I still have my maple. I'm not crazy.
No, I mean like honey, maple syrup, even
Yeah, that
coconut
gives
sugar.
you like minerals, you know, but I don't need beet sugar. It's just delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And I no longer
Right.
have Stacy living with me to bake amazing cakes. So might as well do this while I can.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Those things
So
are all
yeah.
good. And maybe that's what the dream is to saying, something about taking care of yourself.
Oh, yes.
Like take care, I mean,
I love it.
I am, this is my projection. I don't want to be in a delusion that, if I take care of myself, everything's going to just go away and I'm going to be walking without any assistance. But I want
Right.
to believe that, something in my inner wisdom is saying it's going to be all right. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to, if
Yes.
I take care of
Yes.
myself, it's always going to be better if you take better care of yourself, right? You, me,
Yes.
all of us.
The
But
one
whatever
piece of it
it
I
is,
didn't say yet because it not really doesn't appeal to me so much is to drink lots more water.
yeah,
I'm
that's really
sorry, it
important.
just is not appealing to me right now. Maybe I'll make hot water.
I was just going to say what I do, and I even have it in here. It's like a thermos. I mean, it's a regular
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
water
yeah,
bottle.
like a
It's
hot cup.
thermal, right? So I put hot water in here and I sip. It's the only way in the wintertime. The summertime's easy, right? Because it's hot
Right.
and I drink hot water in the winter almost always. And even if it's just like warm from the tap, like as hot as it can get from I don't even have to boil it, just warm water.
Do you squeeze a lemon? I mean, that,
Sometimes I do, sometimes
you
I
have
don't.
it.
I had this whole thing with lemons for a while. For a while, I was doing these cleanses often, these like 2 weeks cleanses, and
Oh, with maple syrup and cayenne
no, it
pepper?
wasn't like
No.
that. It was food. It
Okay.
was eating food, but it was cutting out all the things that cause inflammation and stuff
Okay.
like that.
See,
Every
that's what I need to do.
like
Turmeric. That's
having
what we need to
lemon,
add,
a
not cut
lemon.
out.
Oh my God, you keep interrupting me. I feel
I'm
like I can't get
sorry, Ellen.
a full
This is
sentence.
probably why.
Yeah, I
I'll put
know.
this down. So, yeah,
But anyway, what I wanted to say about the lemon water is that I wondered if it was doing something not good for my teeth. They say that it can
really. Oh, because it's acidic.
wears the enamel off of your teeth. And I felt like it was starting to do that with me. So I thought,
Oh,
not that I don't consume lemon because I love lemon in salad dressings and other things, but
sure.
every single day with the entire juice of a lemon, it was a little too much. So,
Oh, okay. All right. That's great to know.
and for just to say that
Yes.
I can support you in an anti-inflammatory diet. I mean, I could
Okay.
obviously, we don't live nearby each other, otherwise I would cook for you because that's going to be my
Oh, my love.
for people because I love to cook. And I know how to cook that way. I mean, I know how to cook a lot,
Exactly.
but yeah, I've done a lot of that.
Let's talk about it a lot, and then
Yeah.
hopefully I can learn more. I know I was just watching an MS doctor, Dr. B, I can't remember, Bozeman or something, and he was saying turmeric, to add
Yes.
turmeric to your diet, and one could even take turmeric pills.
Yes.
What is your experience with turmeric?
Yeah.
Turmeric? How do you say it?
Turmeric. I think
Turmeric.
turmeric. I think so, but I'm
I
not
think so.
100% sure. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly out there in the ethos. I mean, people are talking about that for a long time now. People say, turmeric in your smoothies, in your food. You can get the root. Probably get it at the
Right. Uh,
local health store,
yeah.
and you chop it up and put it in a saute with some
Ah,
ginger and garlic, and it's
sounds
delicious.
so healing and delicious.
Yeah, and I actually put some of it in I make a bone broth. I make my own bone broth.
Oh,
I
with
put some
beef
ginger.
bones or
Yes,
chicken bones?
yeah, either way, but I did chicken this time around. Then I did some ginger and turmeric, and it was like,
You probably wouldn't be able to mail me that, right?
I wonder how
Probably
well
not. It's too
in
much
that.
liquid, right? I mean, they don't let you fly
Well,
with
I
it.
mean, if it was really like if I canned it, which I don't know how to do, but you
Right.
can it where the thing really
Oh, and
seals.
seal it.
I probably could. I don't know. I'd have to do some research about that because that would be cool. I,
Or maybe I can just see you soon. This is a crazy long, quarantine.
I know. Oh my
What are
God. I
you
know.
thinking?
I'm
I
planning
don't,
on, I really want to get to New York by I
yeah.
don't know, the spring or summer. I feel like I need to.
Yes,
I really
yes,
need to. I need to
yes.
see my family, my mom, come
Yeah,
see the,
absolutely.
gosh, it's been way too long. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, for
So,
sure.
yes.
Make a bunch of bone broth and you stick it in your freezer and you take it out when you need it.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about an older dream when we both had dreams about uh the dead.
Yes,
Yours,
yes.
but your dad was sitting at your table.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was my dad was managing having my roof patched.
Yes.
Remember, and I was sitting in a chair at the other end of the roof. And remember, my mom came forth from a doorway, and my mom is deceased. When she was 50, she died. And I love her. I love her so much. Idolize my mom. And this was the first time I ever was like, what are you doing here? Usually it would be a great honor to have mom in a dream. And I'm like, you're not supposed to be here. And the feeling was like, don't take daddy. Not that she was taking daddy, but
Mm-hmm.
she's, I believe, in my cosmology, she will be there to greet him.
Mm-hmm.
I believe death is an end of the physical body, for sure, but not so the spirit. So, so now an update is, so my dad was having trouble with his diaphragm, remember? I don't know if you remember.
This
I
is
don't know.
in waking life, in
Yes,
actual.
in waking life.
Mhm.
And now I'm going, lives in Florida. I'm going down to Florida, um, anywhere from Sunday to Tuesday.
This coming Sunday, the week?
Because
Wow.
my dad was in the hospital.
Oh.
They're, they don't want him to stay there because for obvious reasons, there's no room. And it's such a crazy wait. Do you know a friend of mine here in Poughkeepsie waited at Vassar Hospital for 48 hours before her mom could get a room. They were able to give her a bed, but not her private room. And my stepmom and my dad, yesterday or 2 days ago, had to wait like over 24 hours to get a room. So so now they're sending him home, maybe today or tomorrow, and they're right away putting him on hospice. So and it's not much longer for the world.
Oh.
So now I can say, okay, mom, like step through the door, you
Mm.
know.
So you're feeling like your dad doesn't, you're feeling like your dad is kind of moving in that direction? Is that what you're
Oh,
saying?
yes, that's why we're going.
Oh,
That's
I'm
why we're going. It's
sorry.
just,
Oh,
that's why we're going. Yeah, I mean, very, really hard, really hard. So I was just thinking
sorry.
about that dream. That was what I was thinking about, like that just my mom coming out of the doorway and me being like, you shouldn't be here.
Mm,
And it was a shock to me because it was some weeks ago we did it on Dreamstream.
I
So,
remember.
and now here we are. Now we are here on the
And
roof in our higher
did you
mind.
actually have a dream that was said that, or are you just saying that you're just bringing
That
those
was the
images? That image
dream.
back?
I
Yeah.
noticed when I listened back to that podcast, I had said, I'm sitting on the porch. I didn't mean to. And then later I was like, and so I'm on the roof, but that didn't make sense. But the dream was I'm sitting in a chair on the roof
Mhm.
And I looked down, it wasn't my shape house. My house doesn't. And I was looking down and my dad, no, they were patching up the roof, and I walked over and I saw what they were doing, started to walk back, and then I noticed my dad was there. And this is when he had been in the hospital then, but he wasn't at death's door, you know.
Okay.
And 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 then yeah, so I was on the roof that time, whole time. So for me as a dream worker, that makes me realize it's a higher consciousness,
Mhm.
higher up. That's why I like think of the house as the human body. If we're dreaming about the basement, it's our subconscious mind or
Mhm.
even shadow or and then as we ascend the house, we're higher mind.
Right, right. And so you were on the roof
I'm
and
on the roof. So I'm
yeah.
bringing my 23-year-old son. I mean, he loves his grandfather. He actually had lived with them for a year in high school when things were
Mm,
rough here at home. So
mm,
so he loves my dad so much. And my sister is also going, and I am going.
mm. You're leaving Levy?
He's staying with his dad. Yeah.
Gosh, well, that's profound and yeah,
Yeah.
meaningful for you to be with him as he's moving along.
And I was thinking every time I've ever been in the hospital in my journeys across the country, when I lived in Boulder, Colorado, when else was I in the hospital? I think I was in the hospital for flu here in New Paltz. Um, or maybe no, it was when I lived in Accord, but it was, I don't know. But that time he came up. So he always he would never leave me in the hospital without coming to visit. So I'm really so glad to have the opportunity to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do this for him.
So now, did you want to share anything of the dream realm? I'll shut
Yeah,
my mouth.
yeah. No, that was really profound, and thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Yeah, an interesting way to connect the waking life with the dream life.
Yes.
Um, yeah. I had like a couple of dreams and I didn't write them down because I was like, oh, I'll remember them. You know how that
Oh,
is.
yeah, right. Yeah, right, you will.
I should know better, but
Exactly.
um, I do remember one. Uh, and so now I'm actually not remembering some of the details, but
Okay.
I was a man in the dream.
I love it.
Yeah, that was a first for me that I remember.
Really, I've had dreams where I was a man
Oh,
before.
it was so interesting. I mean, yeah,
I
I don't
love
really
it. Did you
know that.
have a Oh, I'm gonna let you tell it like a story and then I'll be more.
Yeah, no, I didn't have facial hair or anything, but I was
You
just like, I
didn't.
had this kind of slim, very slim kind of man, young man's body. Not
Yeah.
young, but whatever. And I
Yes.
don't even know what short hair like a man,
Uh-huh.
but I don't even know what
But
my face,
no facial hair.
no facial hair that I like remember. And I don't really remember exactly what I look like, but I remember the feeling of, I was wearing like almost like millennial, the way a millennial would dress with
Yes.
the tight jeans
Yes.
and
Yes.
sewing and whatever.
Yes.
Short hair and
We love you, millennials.
yes, we love you, millennials. Do our websites and our hashtags for us. All the technological stuff I have no idea how to do.
Yeah, I know. You're the best.
Anyway, and I forget the beginning part of the dream, but I'm at some point I'm kind of running. Uh,
Okay.
oh gosh, what was it? I was running from there was some darn it. It was like a hotel. It was a hotel that I was at like some kind of a workshop or some kind of a seminar at a hotel.
Yes.
And for some reason I had to go out and I don't know why that's I did know, but now I don't. But
Okay.
I'm running, and then I'm in the street, and I don't know where I am. I'm like passing what seems to be like yellow cabs in New York City on a street, but
Yes.
it's inside the street, not on the sidewalk. And I'm
Okay.
running past them, and I'm running, and then all of a sudden I'm kind of in the country, and I'm going up over hills, and like there's this big open scenario of like hills and mountains and valleys, and I'm just this little person going all up and down, and I'm running, and I'm like, And then all of a sudden I realized I have nothing on me. I have no wallet, no money, no keys, no phone, nothing. And I'm like, shit. So I reach in my pocket and I pull out, I was like, oh, I have $12, a 10 and two singles. And the singles were kind of mangled up for some reason. And then all of a sudden, as I'm holding this $12 and feeling like, well, at least I have this, the money starts to turn into like wads of money, like wads. It's
The
filling
miracle of Hanukkah.
and I was like, I know the feeling. I mean, it was, there was, I guess, there was also something about getting home, like wanting to go home. Like, I think that I was trying to leave the seminar to go home.
Oh,
Something about that, which has been like an internal, like a theme for me that, like a really painful theme. Like, I just want to go home. I just don't feel home where I am,
yes, yes.
and I just want to go home. And I don't know where that is, but
I will remind you, if I may. Are you done?
yeah, yes. I mean, I have some thoughts on it, but that's the
Young
dream.
teachers, we should stand before a dream with the attitude, I have no idea what this means. So that means
Mhm.
I have to like shut my voice in my head. You do remember you had a similar dream where you had no license or wallet or cell phone.
I was
You
on a bicycle, I
were on a
think, right?
bicycle
Yeah.
without a shirt on
Yes.
and
Oh my
naked.
God. Yes. Yes.
So right
Oh,
away, I'm just seeing that. And a millennial is a very specific time of life. And that is a time of life where they might be into computer games. And so the running up and down the hills, to me, in my version of dream, it looked like a computer game.
there was something almost cartoonish
Yeah,
about it,
yeah,
looking at it from, over here to just watch
exactly,
that.
exactly.
Yeah. 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 That's interesting.
Yeah. And
Huh.
but so have a question.
Hmm.
Did you feel at any point that you were being chased?
It doesn't seem like I was being chased.
Okay.
It seems like I might have just been, I don't know. I mean, right now the feeling is that I was running away from something in myself.
Yes.
Um, yeah. But I think I was trying to get home. Like there was some
Yes.
kind of anxiety. I've
Yes.
got to get there, wherever
Yes.
home is. And that
Yes.
actually really does make sense to how I've been
Yeah.
feeling.
I know,
Like,
right?
I just
You want to
want
go
to get
see your
home.
mom.
I want to get
Yeah.
not only just home to, yeah, New York, where, to my
Yeah.
family, but just also like, where is home for me? Like, is it
Yes.
New York? Is it God knows where the heck else? I mean, I can go
Yeah.
anywhere. I have no ties anywhere, and I really don't feel. I mean, I love New Mexico, but I don't really feel.
Yeah.
I don't really feel rooted here. I don't, and I don't think it's going to happen for me here.
Yeah.
It's
New
not.
Mexico doesn't have soil that can
It
really
doesn't.
root you.
It's got a lot of
It's
sand.
true. I
Yeah.
mean, I used to live in Munns Park, right over Sedona, overlooking Sedona, and in Flagstaff. Well, that's Arizona.
Mhm.
Are they both Arizona? But I also lived
They are,
in
but
Cuba, New Mexico, and La Jara, New Mexico. I mean, I love the Southwest, but just
mhm.
doesn't have the soil that you can put roots down.
It's
You
so
maybe
true.
you can do it, but a different metaphor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interestingly, the energy's more up here. It's like more spiritual, something, whatever that means. It's
Yeah.
like
Yes.
nature feels like it's providing some spiritual nourishment.
And I
So
always felt that was because it's so stark.
it is so stark,
When
and
you
there
live
isn't.
among nature,
Yeah,
it's not as obvious maybe to then live
yeah.
in
Well, the
different
difference.
alien land, you know?
Yeah, the difference for me in, say, the Hudson Valley versus here is that in the Hudson Valley, I felt um, held. I felt held. I
Yes.
felt nourished,
Yes.
held
Yes.
like you go for a forest bath. You walk through the woods and there's all these trees kind of giving you all their
Hmm.
beautiful, energy and whatever and oxygen and green.
Absolutely. I love
And
it.
then, but here you're just like you're up on the top of it's like,
Yeah.
wow, there's this freaking sky forever and
And
it's
there's
gorgeous. But
thinner air.
the air is thinner. You're up higher at
Yep.
7,000 plus,
Yep.
depending on where you are.
Yep.
Um, and and I do remember when I first moved here, I was like, wow, this is harsh. Like this does not
Wow.
feel yummy, the way I
Yes.
feel like
Yes.
in the woods, in the forest.
Yes.
But it's provided something different for me. It has
Yes.
provided something I feel like I've really changed since I've been
Yes.
here way,
Yes.
in a good way, like
Yes.
in deeper connection spiritually to something in myself, you know,
Yes. Love it.
not attached to some other kind of, way of being spiritual, but just in my own inner.
Yeah, which is a wonderful thing. I think that's also
It is.
our ages,
Yeah,
once you're in 50, it's
yeah, you move into the saging, what
exactly from
that's what
aging to
we're.
saging. It's a
Well,
Greg
and
Thalman.
interestingly that we talk about that, and maybe this is connected to the dream, but I work with a therapist, and she's kind of she's a shaman and other things too,
Yes.
Buddhist shaman and just, regular psychotherapist. But she combines all those things, and we talk about, that I am kind of in that place where you're letting go of what was,
Yes.
your attachments to what was, whether it
Mhm.
was relationship, or for me it was really about myself as a massage therapist
Yes.
for 35 years. I mean, I
Yes.
still doing it, but there's this attachment that I had to me being that. And now
Yes.
I'm working towards kind of how else can I be? What other
Yes.
gifts and skills can I offer
I
to
love it.
my
I love it.
people,
It is
and
it's a
yeah,
huge change,
yeah.
you know.
But it's like a chasm. For me, it feels like a chasm. It's
Yes.
a bridge. So I'm looking,
Yes.
so maybe I was running to find the bridge. I was running to find
Oh.
the way to
Ooh.
the sage part of my life, the part
M-
that I don't know what it is yet. You know,
Maybe
I
this
want
dream
to know. I
calls
want
for dream reentry.
maybe.
And that's something our dream teacher again, Robert Moss, leads us through, and often with a drumming beat to help
Right,
get
like
you in a meditative state.
yeah.
Do you have any drumming tapes? I don't have any. I need to get one.
Don't really, but I have to say that I don't really need that. I never really
Okay.
felt much that did anything for me.
Yeah, you're very much a
But
creative.
yeah, so I can just go there or move, do some
Yes.
movement or just be quiet, with myself
Yes.
to go in. Or I like
Love
to do
it.
like writing and, drawing or doodling or something to kind of get to something.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes. I love
yeah,
it. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
I'm going to be like you when I mature.
Well, yeah, I guess. Really, what is that?
Creative,
Yes, I.
knowing myself,
Mm,
allowing myself the room to be who I am, and uh, feeding my spirit with
mm, mm,
pottery or dance or drawing and
mm. Thank
that,
you.
all
Thanks
of
for
it.
reminding me of all of that. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we all have so many things in us. We have so many things, so many ways to,
yeah,
express our everything, our creativity, our love, our spiritual connections,
yes,
and we all have this to offer.
yes,
And I always, yeah, the money thing too is interesting. I always want to be of service. That's kind of, I was born for that in a
yes,
certain way.
yes,
Um, and yeah, anyway, I don't know what else I want to say about that. I think
yeah.
I'm looking for the bridge to get to that next piece of how I can serve.
I
Um,
wanted to make a projection on your dream.
mhm, mhm.
If it were my dream, it really made me think of the movie Forrest Gump, when he just
Hmm.
starts running and running and running and running through all different lands. Do you remember that
Mind you.
part? He just starts running. I think it's when his mom dies. And he
Oh,
doesn't know what to do. And
yes. This is how he's using the difficult energy that
he's
he's
just
feeling.
runs and runs and runs. And
Mhm.
soon there's a group of people running right along with him. And then one day he just stops. And the group of people are like listening, like, is he going to have words of wisdom? And he said, okay, I'm going to go home now. And they're all like, what? Yeah,
Yeah. Well, there you have it. That's kind of my dream right there.
I know.
That's really, that's a good, whatever, like metaphor.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
just want to say about the money too. I don't know if
yeah,
anybody hits on that, but I think my hit on it is,
yes,
when I woke up, I was feeling like I don't have a lot of money. I'm not a person who just, this is just the way my life is, and it's
yes,
okay. I have enough. I really
yes,
do, but I'm not rich, and I never will be probably,
yes.
unless God knows what miracle could happen. But yeah, that's not what is.
If
This
we
is
get subscribers,
Yeah,
Maybe
many
we
of
can
them.
monetize the podcast.
Many of them. But I will always be a person who needs to earn income as
Yes,
long as anyway.
yes.
That being said, I woke up from that dream feeling like, money is not the problem.
Yes,
Like
yes,
I'm
yes,
making,
yes,
I
yes,
tend to anybody who's known me for any length of time has
yes.
heard me say many times, "Oh, I can't afford that. I can't do that. I don't have enough money," and that isn't really the problem for
No,
anything. It's not why I
no.
can't travel. It's not why I can't take a workshop. It's not
Yes,
anything. 'Cause I always can have the money for that,
that's
and I
right.
always have, and
That's
I always.
right.
So
Yay,
that was kind of
wonderful.
great. I was in a way, I was like, I'm taking that off the table a little bit, just like
Yeah,
that's not,
love it.
so why I'm trying to create a new like maybe I'll just say a coaching practice,
Yes,
something
yes.
specific,
I
create
love it. Every time we speak, you're like a little more
I do,
clear on that, and you've come to
yeah,
more understanding of what you want to be doing and
yeah.
why. It's
Thanks
awesome.
for like allowing that to blossom,
Oh,
through
it's
our
been an
dreams.
honor. May
Well,
I please show you a picture of my dad?
yeah. Oh,
This was
yes.
so long ago. So let me see.
Smoke.
Okay.
Oh, is that
That's
you?
me and my dad.
Oh,
It was my sister's
oh,
wedding.
oh,
So that would have been in
oh,
1996.
mm,
Or, yeah, it was exactly a year after my mom died. It was
wow.
1996.
Mm,
So, if I may ask for everybody's prayers or good wishes,
mm.
best wishes,
What's your dad's name?
Kenny.
Kenny. Okay.
Well, he was Kenny. Now he's Ken.
Ken. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll send prayers to
Mm,
Kenny
thank you.
for the very best possible outcome for his circumstance.
Exactly. For his
Yeah,
comfort, for a
for,
peaceful transition. I'm not
absolutely.
asking for
Yeah.
worlds to move. I'm asking for him to be comfortable,
To be at peace. Yeah.
at peace.
And at ease. Yeah. To move into the next step.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I pray that for him.
Thank
Hmm.
you. Amen.
Amen.
All
Mm,
right. Well,
well,
welcome to 2021.
yeah, indeed.
Today is New
Indeed.
Year's Day.
Yeah, gosh, kind of like a revolutionary moment in history.
It really
This,
is.
this new time. Yeah, may we continue to dream meaningful and deep things to
May
help
our
us create.
Amen. May our dreams serve as guideposts for us on our paths.
Mm,
I hope
mhm.
everyone who seeks the truth can find it within him or herself. There's this beautiful wisdom in the human self.
Amen.
Amen. So happy New Year again, everyone, and Ellen. And I think that we'll end here.
Sounds good.
Okay. Holamod metukim. Sweet dreams. Bye,
Same to
Ellen.
you. Bye.
Oh, right here.